Morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Today we're actually going to be trying something different. So I'm trying to get it set up so that we can actually do YouTube both horizontal and vertical simultaneously. So we're going to mess around with that and test that out in a second. But before we do that, we got to get motivated here with Shia LaBeouf. Shia, help me out here. Make it so I can hear him. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Whoops. Wait, is it playing Shia? No. Okay. It looked like on the monitor it was. No. What are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. Trying to motivate you, wife.
Is that part of the thing?
Yeah. He spits.
Do you spit?
No, I don't fully commit to it. So he spits and then he wipes it off. There's another point where he just goes like this and does a little one after he spits. So I do that one as well.
I'm grateful that you're not spitting all over my drum set. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but this is my wife's drum set. So mine's actually on the other side of the room. Anyways, cool. Now that we're getting goofy, let's pull this up so you can see. We're going to be working out of a book. This book is called 50 Ways to Syncopation. And it's right here. So 50 Ways to Syncopation by Don Moyle. Highly recommend this book. It's fantastic. But we're going to be going through some of the different permutations on here. Or not permutations. Man, I can't think. Some of the different limb independence patterns. And the ones that are highlighted in yellows are the ones that we need to work on the most. Agent 47, yeah, that's me. Thank you for correctly identifying me. And thank you for the like on TikTok. So we're going to be going through this. And we're going to be using some of the free charts that are available here on my website. So if you scroll down a little bit, you can play through swung patterns or straight patterns, whatever it is that you want to work through. So this first one is like easy sounding, except it's really weird to play through. So last time I played through this at 160 was just kind of meh. But what you're going to do is just alternate triplets. So there's, and then you're just playing the accent patterns, etc., while reading through the different charts. So let's do that, and we're going to do it at 160 as well. And hopefully we're going to make it sound less meh. Stay tuned, folks. Okay, all these play-alongs are free. The ones that are currently listed as members only or members first, depending on what your YouTube says, that's just early access. So these are all scheduled to be released over the coming months. I've got stuff scheduled in through November right now. So stay tuned. Plenty of new content releasing daily. Let's see here. So let's play through, I don't know, 21 through 25. Sure, sounds great. With any one of these play-alongs, you can go into the description in the timestamps and jump to whatever BPM you want. So, for example, if I want to play this at 160, then you just click, and then it counts you off. It is playing. I can hear stuff. Woo! My mouse is sliding everywhere. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Then you can go and improvise here, whatever you want to do. One, a 2, a 1, 2, next chart. chart 23. One, a two, a 1, 2, ready, aim. Ah! Every one of the charts that I write, all 55 of them, have like a different feel. So the goal is to try and make it so that you can just kind of sight read through these. Just kind of have a good time with it. Feels like the snare was like to my left. My wife was playing the drum kit last, so she may have moved it. And that's okay. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Pause. Okay, so technically proficient. I like to keep track of how I did. Overall, had fun with it. It was good. No complaints. If we do that 3 times in a row where it's above meh, then cool, we can move on. We can graduate from it. All right, so what I'm going to do now is actually stretch and massage. But before I do that, let me check this. Let's see here. Do we have both horizontal and vertical on the tube of U? Stay tuned, folks. Let's find out. Okay. Yeah, look at that. All right, so we got our vertical down on YouTube. Now let's make sure it's also got horizontal. We want both. Aha. That crashed. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it won't pull it up at all. So it doesn't say that at all on Streamlabs. Like, the mouse is getting caught on the floor, Tom. Interesting. Yeah, so I wonder what's up with that. Maybe I need to try 2 different Streamlabs there. Ever done DCI? Yeah, I marched 5 years. And then on my 5th year, I got into a car accident. And I hit some dude who was running a red light. He was in his truck. And I just plowed into the side of him because he ran a red light. And flipped him upside down. He landed on top of, like, a Mustang. They were actually leaving a hospital. He landed on top of their car, upside down. My car burst into flames. Like, the hood was on fire while I was in it. Thankfully, I didn't get burned. But when I impacted into the side of him, I hit my knee on the dashboard, so I couldn't march years 6 or 7. So I would have had 7 years in drum corps, but I only got 5. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so now, like, YouTube has completely crashes. Yeah, it's not something that I'd wish on anyone. Like, obviously, car accidents are not fun. But it actually taught me that at any moment my playing could go away. So I need to be able to be a good educator as well. So all my degrees were and are in music education, all 3 of them. So I have a bachelor's, master's, and PhD in music ed. And okay, so that's working. And this is working too. Okay, so it's weird. It's not working on mobile. So, like, it was bad, but, like, here, I'll show you this. So, I have a tattoo here. So, my tattoo, it's got Calvin. So, it starts to rain, and then he learns to flip the umbrella upside down and play in the rain. So, that has kind of been a theme in my life, is to take moments like that could have been terrible, just 100% terrible, and turn it into something positive. Like, I became a better educator because of that, focused on it more. But again, I would not wish it on anyone because, you know, not good. Where did I march? So I did all 5 years in Academy. So I actually have on my arm the logo for Academy. So there's a center snare, section leader, and whatnot. Back in the day. Anyways, let's stretch. That's what I was going to do. Okay. Tomorrow, I'll be doing some more rudimental stuff. On Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I try and work on limb independence, which I'm not very good at. So we'll do more rudimental stuff on all the other days. But the same stretch that I do every single time, every stream, every practice session, you hold your sticks like this. You pull in, and you push out. What about you, King? You march anywhere? Or do you want to march anywhere? If so, there's on my YouTube channel, since that's where you're at, under the home tab, there's literally over 1,000 free play-alongs. I highly recommend focusing on the technique stuff. There's like 89 exercises for that. And then next would be grid. Focus on like rudiment on one. There's 800 and some odd variations of that. And then there's like 50 chop exercises as well. So tons of stuff to help you out for a DCI, WGI. If you do traditional rotate and hold to this end, and then rotate, hold, and hold to the other end. But I don't do that, so I'm not. What I'm going to do now is stretch. Ooh, the tendons. So I'm pulling it back. Nice. Yeah. Good luck with that. DCI is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I marched it, started it in high school as well, and learned a lot from it. I think it was into my sophomore year, maybe, when I made Academy. I think. First year I did pit, and then the next 4 years I did snare. And then obviously I would have had 6 years on snare, but, you know, car accidents. No fun. Cool. Now that we stretched this, now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm. So I'm doing the wrist on the wrist. Like this. Oh, let me clicky clack right there. Boom. So this is neat. This is interesting that we've got the vertical and the horizontal simultaneously. So apparently it'll show up in the shorts feed, kind of like it does in like TikTok or on Instagram. So like random people will be able to actually find the shorts compared to the horizontal. It's mainly the subs that'll actually find that. So that's interesting. We'll try that out with the gaming stream here in a bit. In like an hour, we'll do some Fortnite. Now I'm going to do thumb to thumb, stretching. And then, Friday we'll do Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, the new DLC. Flub. Never marched flubs. None of the drum lines I taught actually had any flub drums. We just had your standard snare, tenor, bass, cymbals, front ensemble. No flubs. That was a long time ago, though. Back in the day. I stopped teaching drumline after my first semester of working on my doctorate full-time. Because I was like, I can't do research while teaching. Not just teaching like the high school, but also like I was teaching college classes. It was just too much. So I stopped. Now we're going to do thumb on top, fingers underneath. And we're just massaging up and down the drums. Trying to get nice and relaxed. Relaxed. Ooh-wee. Try and loosen things up. You might need to start like up in the shoulders or in the triceps, biceps, etc. I already stretched those out from my workout before this. So that's why I'm focusing on the forearm. But for you, if you're like tight in your shoulders, well, relax those. If you're tight in your triceps or biceps, massage those. Try and get relaxed. All right, cool. Last one that I'm going to do is massage the palm, and then we'll massage from the base to the tip of each one of the fingers. So just trying to, again, loosen things up. Get nice and relaxed. And then we will get back into drumming. Now I wonder if those links actually work in the Shorts tab. That's interesting. Because so like Streamlabs is like obviously just like posting those comments on its own. It's just like set to a timer. And on the horizontal, those links actually work. Like it would take you to the schedule, but I don't know if it actually work in Shorts live feed. I doubt it actually. Man, pull it up. Let's find out. Stay tuned. And then we'll get into the next limb independence variation. Okay, we're here. Go to... No. Oh, interesting. I can time myself out. No, I'm good. Don't need to do that. Yeah, okay, so the links don't work on there. All right, well, that's good to know. Good to know. All right, cool. We've stretched and massaged. Now we're going to get back into drumming. So that was number 8. So let's see. The next one we're going to do. Ride cymbal and hi-hat double time swung. Play line with short notes on snare and long on bass in halftime. Oh, this one was rough last time. Wasn't it? Is it a different one? Okay, so what is this pattern? Oh, okay. No, it's the next one that's rough. The next one was terrible last time I did it. So this one, you're gonna 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. It's a straight. So short notes on snare, long notes on bass drum, while reading through the different charts. So last time we did this was 125. Let's try it again at 125. We had fun with it. Okay, so we need to go back to the link that's up here, up there, under the charts. Boop. We're gonna go to straight, and then this playlist is 100 159. And again, you can play through any one of these, but we'll do 6 through 10. Sure, sounds great. Timestamps in the description. Whoops. Right here. It's like switched it to the side now. I gotta get used to that. And then you just click, and then it'll count you off, and you can play along to it. Since, you know, it is a play along. What? Is it muted? Yes. Okay. YouTube is muted. I was confused. Let's try this. A 1, a 2, a short on snare, long on bass. Alright, survived the first chart. You want to try and stay light with the ride pattern, or your hands are going to get tired at faster speeds. 2, here we go. No, my hi-hat got off. Okay, I see how it is. Let's try that again. Those vocalizations are implied in the sheet music. You might not have noticed them. It said to scream and stop playing. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. Here we go. That one's a weird chart, right? I wrote it, so I can say that. The person who wrote that is weird. Agreed. It's a fun one, though. It's a good challenge, because it doesn't put the snare on the beat. My left foot just keeps getting off on the wrong foot. Got the joke. Sorry. 1, 2. 1, 2. Here we go. Hello. Thanks for stopping. Oof. Man, left foot got tired. It's nice to see that the United States of America has gained sentience and created their own YouTube account. GG's. Okay, so it was kind of between meh and technically proficient. My foot just like got off multiple times. So we'll just go ahead and say meh. So we're going to have to continue to work on it. I enjoyed it. I was making progress on it. Let's write down what happened. Left foot was meh. So next time when we get back to that, we'll focus on the left foot more. Make a practice journal, something like this, and it'll make your life so much better. Because it'll be like, what was it I was going to work on? How am I going to work on that? Etc. Are you good at knowing what instruments are used in songs? Probably better than the average person. I mean, I have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education, so I've taken a lot of music classes. But, maybe. Okay, so this one was rough. Okay, so let's talk about what is this one. So it says slow swung cymbal, but it's a straight swung. While you double time on the snare and the bass drum. So this one, it's gonna not go too good, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try and get better at it. Okay, so I started with the permutations. Let's go back, and we're gonna go back here. And we're going to go back here. So this, and we're going to play it using the timestamps. We're going to jump to a BPM. And we're going to start off at 145. Boop. Okay, let's try this. And it'll count you off. 1, 2, ready, and. Oh, 1, 2, ready, and. My hi-hat is sliding. What instrument to use in that song? I actually don't know that song. I can look it up after stream. But, you know, copyright. Can't do that on stream. Oh, then it's likely synthesized. So I listen to a lot of EDM, drum and bass, all sorts of stuff. So in like Ableton, you can make whatever instrument you want, literally synthesize it. Like start with sine or a square wave, and then shape it. Hard to talk while playing this. Sorry. I'm gonna pause right here and I'll explain a little bit more. So, there's bit rate, which is like how much something is sampled, and there's bit depth, which is like how much it's sampled in like the waves of like sound, because you know sound moves in a wave. It's vibration. So when you have an instrument, it's gonna have a distinct like wave form pattern. And with electronic music, what's really cool is you can actually use something called what's it called? Wavetable synthesis? Oh, I forget. Something like that. So you take two different waveforms and you can literally say, hey, I want it to be like 70% this waveform and 30% this waveform. And it'll use math to kind of like look at the wavetable and go, okay, we think it's going to sound like this. And then you can basically make like a guitar mixed with like a dog barking, and you'll have like a barking guitar thing. So it doesn't actually exist in the real world, but you can synthesize it in like DAWs, digital audio workstations like Ableton or Pro Tools or GarageBand or whatever. The more fancier it is, the more you can actually do with it. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. So if it's electronic music, then it could literally be just like a child crying and a dog barking, and that'll make it sound like a guitar or a bass drum or whatever. Like there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. Super nerdy. Ready, and. Yeah, literally. So if you like, let's say, I don't know, I'm just going to pick two random instruments. Let's say you really like the sound of a clarinet and a snare drum. You can make a hybrid of the two. And with the wavetable synthesis, you can say, I want it to be like 50% snare drum, 50% clarinet, or like 10% snare drum and 90% clarinet. And then you can literally make your own instruments up. And then you can combine that with another instrument. And you can keep layering on more and more and more. Like there's a friend of mine who made electronic music. And he had, for just his kick drum, his bass drum, he combined at least like 9 different kick drums together just to get a single sound. So he like really liked how one of them kind of sounded like you're bouncing like a dodgeball. Like a rubber dodgeball, and then like that tonal sound to it, but also like the punch of this other one. So he like added that one, and then he liked the length, the resonance of this other one, and so he like combined all of these different kick drums together just to get a single like 4 on the floor for his like EDM. And that's like the level of craftsmanship that you can have with EDM. It's really cool. Some electronic musicians that I know who have like made music with, they get used to the amount of like control that you have as a producer, like producing your own music, and then you get into like a live ensemble and they're like, why am I unable to like have this amount of control? They just feel bored with it, because like you can do anything with music in a digital audio workstation. So really cool stuff. 150. Yeah, okay. This is going to be rough. This one is so hard to do. Okay, so timestamps. I am going to attempt to play these, but no promises it's going to sound even remotely decent. But you know what? We're practicing here. Not practicing stuff I'm good at. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a ready, and... Oh no, this one's rough. I'm gonna try a different set of charts. We can come back to this after I've warmed up. My mouse is stuck. Stop it. Okay, let's skip forward. Sure, we'll do this one. And let's go to the timestamps. When I wrote those where it like bleeds over the bar, the phrasing, it's just like, no, my brain is not able to handle that right now. Not with this particular pattern. 1, 2, ready, and... A 1, a 2, here we go. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this one still needs a lot of work. I will sit with this one more next time. I want to make sure that, because I started late because I was setting up the vertical and the horizontal, that I don't get stuck on one. So next time we're going to do this one more. So I'm going to label this color red because it was bad. Okay, we're going to try this again on Friday. Let's see. So this one, swung cymbal, hi-hat on 2 and 4. Oh, bass fills in the triplets. Ugh. Okay, so this one's a bit rough. So this one... So let's say it's just quarter notes. Your bass drum's going to fill in with the triplets on there. So, yikes. We tried this at 80 last time, but I needed a lot of work on it. We'll try this again. We'll see how this goes. Shh, 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 shh. Thanks, charts. Appreciate you. Again, links up there. All of these play-alongs, there's over 1,000. They're free. So 80. So we're going to go into the Swung charts. There's 55 charts to pick from. We'll go with 31 through 35. Sure. Timestamps in the description to select the BPM, and then it'll count you off. Oh, let me close the description so I can make it full screen. Okay, let's try this. Reading the pattern on snare, filling in triplets on the bass drum. Swung, cymbal, 2 and 4 on. What? My audio's like cutting out. That's weird. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I have a loose wire. Okay, I can't do this. It's like somebody's taking the volume and just constantly moving it up, moving it down. Like I can't hear half the notes, and then I hear some of them loud. So I don't know what's up with this. Let me test this out. This may got bent. Okay. So far that sounds okay. Oops. Yeah, I'm still getting the issue with it. I think it might be the headphone cable. That's a bummer. 1, 2. It's very distracting. 1, 2. Ready, focus. Nah, I can't do this. Come on. Like, so you can't hear the play longs, but on my end, it's just like literally like somebody's just like randomly moving the volume all the way up and then all the way down. And it is absurdly distracting. Let's see. Okay, that seems okay. Okay. Ah! Read that wrong. Okay. Everything's sliding. Thankfully, it's slow, so there's plenty of time in between. 1, 2. Oh, let's do it again. 1. Stop it. Ready, and... I read that wrong. No. Yeah, so most of it is either just a reading error or the headphones messing me up. So it's not necessarily a problem with the limbs and the independence or interdependence of those limbs. So it's fine. It's not great, but like it's better than it was last time. 2, 1, despite all these distractions. And... I read it wrong. We're definitely gonna have to do this one again on Friday. But again, it's better. So like, it doesn't sound good yet, but I notice the progress. That's the point. I'm playing the stuff that I'm bad at. That's the, you know, point of practicing. Don't just practice the stuff you're good at. Ready, and... Okay. Whew. That was rough. I'd say it was meh. It was mostly reading issues and then just getting distracted by the sound, just loud, soft, loud, soft. But it was better, so I was making progress on it. Progress. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, all right, good timing. All right, so we're going to play this one. Swung brush on snare, short on the bass, and long on the hi-hat. Okay, so this one, I need... Okay, so we're going to use this pad. Put these sticks away. Stay. And get the brushes out. And hopefully you can hear it all right. I'm going to go half headphones, so one on one ear. So that way I can actually hear this. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it too with that external mic. Because the EAD10, you're not going to be able to hear it with the drum module. Okay, cool. So this one, the long notes are on the hi-hat, and the short notes are on the bass drum. And unfortunately, my hi-hat is sliding, so that's going to present some technical difficulties. Calling it now. Okay, so we're going to do this at 120. So we need to go to a different set of playlists, and we're going to go to here. And we'll do... let's just do this one. We haven't done this. 120. In the description. Boop. Boop. Full screen. Screen full. Okay. Whoa. 1, 2, ready, and... One, a two, a 1, 2, ready, and... My hi-hat is sliding so much. See if we can adjust it. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Am I doing this wrong? No, that's right. Okay, so yeah. Short on the bass, long on the hi-hat. Cool. Just want to make sure I didn't flip the pattern. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... I just flipped it for a second there. Hi-hat sliding again. So it's hard to hear because the mic setup, but we're doing a 1, 2, a 3, 4 with the snare pattern. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, a ready, and... Again, you can play time here. You can improvise whatever you want on the first line of each one of the charts. Last chart. A 1, 2, ready, and... Sweet, we survived that, despite my hi-hat sliding everywhere. It was so much easier in our old place where we just had carpet. Okay, so 120, mostly technically proficient, sliding issues, making progress. We're kind of the main culprit there. All right, so we're now going to work on our double strokes for our bass drum. So for this one, we did it from 145 to 149. Cool, sounds good. We'll do that again, and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, so we're going to use an exercise called Rebound. So for this one, we go back to the link that's up here, over 1,000 free play-alongs, and we're skipping past the chop stuff. You can find Rebound under the limb independence section right here. You can also find it past the 800-plus grid variations and in the 89 different technique exercises. So Rebound, if you click on this one, it's very simple. Like, you'll look at it and go, what's the point of this? Well, I'm going to alternate between 2 strokes on the snare drum with the right hand and then 2 strokes on the bass drum with, obviously, the right foot. Okay, so we're going to start off at 145. Okay, so timestamps in the description. We'll be able to jump to a BPM. And again, doing 2 of each. Stop. Drumstick slid away. These are the same pair? Yeah. Okay, so 2 on the snare, 2 on the bass. That's all we're doing while playing through this. Sounds simple, right? Yeah. But it's gonna work my foot. 1, 2, ready, and... Woo! I like how my hi-hat is still sliding, even though I'm not even using it. Putting too much pressure on that foot, I guess. My bass drum is also like angling itself. So I'm like slowly turning with the foot. Hard mode activated. Whoops. Two more reps. Here we go. All right, last rep. It's perfect. We'll just ignore that rep. It was fine until the very end. I just had myself. I couldn't jump back on the beat. All right, fun overall. Sweet. All those resources again. Link at the top of the screen. It takes you to 2,400 hours of free drumming content. We got 50 chop exercises, 55 different drum charts, over 800 grid variations, 346 are triplet, 477 are 16th note, and then 89 technique exercises. And then we have 140 different exercises specifically for marching bass, if you're interested in that. All of them are free. They're all linked there. And if you don't want to go to my website, that's fine. You can go to YouTube. But the problem with YouTube... Phone alarm is going off. The problem with YouTube is that we've got... I can't sub to myself. It's limited in terms of how I can organize things. So you have to click on the header in the home tab. Otherwise, good luck like sorting through it all. So if you click on the header, then boom, it just shows you the drumming playlist. We've also got gaming playlists and computer science education playlists. Don't go to the video feed because that's just going to, take forever to find everything. You'll be like, where was that one that Jared was using? Like, you're never going to find it. Ever. So home tab is where you can find it all on YouTube. And then, again, just click on the header. There's all the drumming. There's all the gaming. There's all the computer science stuff. Just click, and then boom, it just shows you that. Speaking of gaming, we're going to get set up now, and we're going to do some Fortniting here. Season is better, but still not too sure about it. So we'll do that here in probably about 15 or so minutes. And I've actually got another video that's going to be coming out in like a couple of minutes. So it is How to Renovate a House, I think is the title of it, and it's in Teardown. It's got some goofy moments in it, but anyways. Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing. Where was it? Here. So if you want to get that book that I'm using, this 50 Ways Syncopation, the book that I was working out of, this book, or any of the books that I recommend, if you go all the way down to the tips section at the very bottom, we've got this playlist with a bunch of drumming tips, like several hours of like tips on how to get better. But this first link, books and gear I recommend, these are all like books for drum kit right here. The one that I was using was this one. I also recommend these two for limb independence. But there's books for mallets that I recommend, rudimental books I recommend, concert snare, as well as like here's the pedal I'm using, the pads, the sticks, like I'm using the Jack DeJohnette's on drum kit, and the cymbals with their low volumes, all that stuff you can find here. So these are affiliate links. I get about 4% back from Amazon, so I appreciate the people who've used that. That does help me out because, you don't really get a lot of money when you're making free stuff, but every little bit helps. I'm going to call it here and get ready for some Fortnite. So appreciate everybody stopping by. Tomorrow we'll be back on the drum pads, and we'll be working on tenor stuff, I think. And then Friday we'll be back on drum kit working on limb independence. But I'm out. Goodbye.